Good day guys, nice to have you here. Today I will share some tips needed in order to help you recover from a losing game. This guide can be helpful for any role, but since I played Hilda,
why does this keep happening to me?
I will also provide additional tips best done by solo side laners, also known as XP laners. And of course, this won't be complete without an explanation behind the hero build I use for this game. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to leave a like, share, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. As you can see, it wasn't a very good game for us. Allos was our jungler and he wasn't performing very well. And the rest of our teammates had more deaths than kills and assists combined. This sometimes is hard to avoid, especially in the solo queue. With that being said, here's my first tip. If the entire team or at least 4 of the enemies have much higher levels than you and your teammates, I suggest playing defensively. I always tell you guys to hover your camera and listen carefully to the jungling enemies, right? If before I'm asking you to play aggressively, this time play defensively. If by chance you're an enemy jungling nearby, I suggest being extra careful. Hide in bushes, if something's available that is, and if you have a turret, clear minions quickly to prevent clean turret dives from the enemies. Next tip is get defensive items that will prevent you from dying quickly. And by defensive items, I don't mean Guardian Helmet or Immortality. This is one of the most common mistakes. Those items will not do you any good if 4 or more of the enemies are 2 levels higher than you with much stronger equipment. Instead, get items that increases your physical and or magic defense. Now maybe you're wondering, which type of defensive item will you prioritize or choose first? Physical or magic defense? The answer is, it depends. Check who among the enemies have been playing aggressively and taking all the kills, or if not kills, who among them has the strongest burst or damage output. Some examples of equipment with excellent defensive stats are Athena Shield, Blade Armor, Radiant Armor, Antique Cuirass, and Dominance Ice. Be patient. Don't rush ending the game. Remember I told you earlier to play defensively and get items that will help you survive? The reason behind that is so you can prevent the enemies from ending the game quickly and gaining victory. Playing aggressively against an entire team of heroes with higher levels and better equipment will make you lose faster. Instead, slow the game down. If you're successful, eventually your team will be in equal level and equipment with the enemy team, therefore making it easier to get a comeback. Situations like this is when the solo side laner or XP laner skills are most needed. By skills, I mean the player's game IQ. When your team is behind by a huge margin, the tank can simply provide vision, and sometimes the enemies are so powerful he or she will die doing so, while the mage and marksman are both extremely squishy heroes, which means if they play aggressively against 4 or 5 enemies that are 2 levels higher, the odds of them losing is almost guaranteed. While the jungler will have a challenging time farming to regain control of the game because the enemies are most likely clearing the creeps or jungle monsters out. One of the characteristics of an effective solo laner is their ability to survive and escape ganks. Use that to your advantage. You don't have to attack turrets, especially if the enemies are missing. All you gotta do is check the minimap every second or every chance you get and analyze the enemy's locations. Always check if the enemies are taking the Lord. You can do this by of course hovering your camera on its location as frequent as possible. This is most important if your hero has the ability to steal it, such as heroes with burst damage or special abilities that deal bonus damage against high HP targets. Sometimes you don't even have to take down the Lord, just provide vision and hopefully drive away or distract the enemies to reset the Lord's HP. Now of course this is something any role can do, but is best done by heroes with greater survivability. If you're playing a hero with high survivability such as most XP laners, help the tank in providing vision, especially when your team has gained enough rhythm to take the Lord. One of the most common mistakes is when all 5 heroes attack the Lord simultaneously. This is wrong on so many levels. Ideally, only 2 to 3 heroes should be enough in terms of taking the Lord. The jungler, since he or she has retribution and has bonus damage against the Lord, the marksman or any damage type AD carry because of how high and efficient their damage output is, and of course the mage because of their tremendous magic damage, especially burst mages. The XP laner can help dealing damage as well, but when the lord is about to die, go ahead and disengage from the lord and provide vision to your team. Doing so will hopefully prevent the enemy team from stealing the lord from you guys. For the items, I got Malefic Roar early as usual and then decided to get defensive items next. I observed how much the enemies were snowballing, so I got defensive items in order to withstand their damage output. Tough Boots was purchased especially for D-Roth. His second skill's physical defense debuff is broken, and if you don't have enough physical defense, you might see yourself on the end of his ultimate lying on the ground. I would have gotten Blade Armor next, but since the enemies had very powerful magic damage, I decided to balance out my build. And Antique Cuirass provides the highest physical defense if it reaches max stacks, which fits my needs and criteria. Having this item will allow me to instead get magic defensive items for the remainder of the game, which will be Athena's Shield and Radiant Armor. After getting Athena's Shield though, I noticed that I was capable of surviving and retaliating against their attacks, so I decided to get Blade of Despair next. Then afterwards, as planned, Radiant Armor, which completed my equipment set for the game.
I have to be strong enough to shelter my people. Shut down! I'll carry my fate to the grave. A warrior's strength comes from everything she loves. Mega kill! An ally has slain Lord! Ha! My axe begs to differ. Initiate retreat! Initiate retreat! Sorry. I'll carry my fate to the grave. Mother, I know you are watching over me. Enemy has initiate retreat! Ha! My axe begs to differ.
Attack the Lord.
A true warrior would give life to the thing she wants to protect.
Initiate retreat!
Where to next?
Request backup! Attack the Lord!
Mother, I know you are watching over me. A true warrior would give life to the thing she wants to protect. If only I had the power. forefathers. I need my
That concludes our Mobile Legends game guide for today. Do you have any other suggestions that will help win a losing game? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe everyone. Peace.